Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel and my next Escape from Tarkov video. We are going to go through the Gunsmith tasks. One thing I'm seeing that I don't like is how much people are getting ripped off on the flea market. And it's great that people make money, but there are better ways to do this, and you shouldn't be spending fortunes to get these guns built. The BSG has put stuff into the game to make it to where you don't have to do that. So we're going to go through these one at a time, 1 through 5, Gunsmith 1 through 5, and kind of explain the different parts that are barters, the different ways you can get pieces, so you're not spending, you know, 200,000-300,000 rubles buying some of this stuff off the flea market. So we'll go through these, starting with Gunsmith Part 1, and how to do the shotgun. So one thing that a lot of people do is they go in and they just buy some of these parts. And if you look on the flea market here, I bought some of these just off Jaeger because I can buy them. They're very expensive. So like this tactical choke, there's not even any for sale because if one shows up, boom, it gets bought. I've found these and I've sold them for 70, 80K, and they sell almost instantly. Same thing with this grip. This little pistol grip for the shotgun, which is needed for the task, is, you know, 20 to 30K, not too bad. That is one of the few pieces that you can spend money on because it's so common, but I still wouldn't worry about buying it because there's some better ways to do it. So to start off, in order to get the shotgun itself, you have two options. You can get an MP133 out of raid and modify it from there with a couple barters, or there's one barter that gets you the gun specifically, and it's the mechanic barter here at level 1. It's available at level 1, and it's the shotgun. It's 2 elites and 2 screwdrivers. Now you can buy these off the flea market. The elites are all over the place in price, but you can find them in raid as well. Stick them in your gamma and you're fine. So that's one way to do it. Another way you can do it is one of the things you need is this actual stock here, and you can get this with 2 hard drives and put that on a 133 along with that. Now the choke is this gives you that choke that you need for the task as well on here. That's what's so good about this barter. But the problem is if you can't get this or it runs out, there's another way to do it. And frequently you will see this muzzle brake on the end of shotgun scavs shotguns. If you get this muzzle brake, it comes with this cylinder adapter. If you use that instead of the other choke, it will work as well. And in fact, when the wipe started in the game and it was bugged, this was the only way you could get the recoil low enough to actually turn it in. So that's that. One thing I did forget to mention is make sure you follow the wiki. Let's hop over there real quick. So sorry about the ads. I don't have an ad blocker. Just ignore those. But this is the wiki, and it talks you through how to build each gun. Make sure you're using this. This thing is insanely valuable. So here's all the parts right here that you need to apply to a base MP133 or that one you trade. So the other 2 parts you need to get is this CAC vertical grip and this NSAR, which are both available from level 1 traders. So you can buy those and slap them on and then turn the gun into mechanic and you're done. Going over to Gunsmith Part 2, and we'll just stay on the wiki here for now. There's a few more parts you need to get. Now, if you haven't done this yet, the prices are coming down so it's cheaper. But I suggest you wait till you get to skier level 2 because stuff's going to be a lot cheaper. So, for example, these PT locks and Zenit PT1s can be kind of expensive buying them off the flea market. Your next best bet is to maybe find a player in raid or a raider and kill them if they have an AK 74U on them. You'll get these pretty frequently from those guys. Most players are going to be running this PT74U, and then you can just buy the PT1 or even a better stock that a player's AK74U had. The 60 round mag you can craft in your hideout or find in raid, and then the B11 is an actual barter. So let's hop back over to the game real quick. The B11 barter is another mechanic barter that's available at level 1. I'll show you here, and it's right there. A green battery and 2 D batteries. You can find those in raid or you can buy them off the flea market. It gives you that one piece you need and you're good to go. Or just keep an eye out in raid and find it off another gun or sitting at a weapon spawn. But as far as the rest of the parts are concerned, there's other ways to get those. Just don't be, I mean, you can see how much this thing costs here. This thing's a small fortune to buy. Just don't barter for it. The barter is way cheaper than this and it's available to everybody. Now, Gunsmith Part 3 is one that I have a personal opinion on. You can do it differently than what I'm saying, and the Wikipedia actually does have it set up differently. For me, I waited until I got to mechanic level 2 because you can barter for this gun straight up, and it's right here. At level 2, you can barter for the one you need to turn in. It's right here. All you need to do is add the one little grip to the thing and a laser, and you're done. Oh, and the 50 round mag, which is also a barter at level 2, which is right here for a PSU. But this is it. You add the one piece to the front, which I'll look for it here for you real quick. Let me link search the barrel. It's this guy right here. And then you put a laser on it and you're done. And that's it. And you turn it in and that's the task. And that just means you have to get to mechanic to level 2 first. And then you do it. And that's what I suggest for a lot of people with a lot of these gunsmiths is level up and get your traders unlocked more before you start these, because you will save a fortune. Now, if you get lucky and get a red key card or have a bunch of money floating around and you just want to hammer these out for the XP, by all means, go ahead and do it. But this is for everybody else who's struggling with money. I just don't like seeing people get ripped off. Now, part 4 is a little bit more hectic. This one here is difficult. I played around with it for a while, and I actually had, where is it? There it is. The M4. I had several parts ready for this that I'd saved in raid because I knew this was coming up and it could be expensive. So I found some hand guards and grips and stocks and things that I just saved and used in this versus selling. And it saved me a bunch of money and made it easier. Now the wiki's way about going about this works. So let's hop over to them real quick. So you can build this with a base M4, and sometimes you need to tweak with some of the different parts with the new new part pieces, and just do that in the presets. Go into presets and tweak the parts until you get the stats where you need it. But try to keep some of the stuff as you find it out of raid. Now you can buy a lot of this stuff. You can wait till you get level 2 or level 3 traders. What I did that got me most of the way there is I actually did the pro kill barter with mechanic level 2, and that gives you the barrel, which right now the barrel's selling for a ton. I just wanted to show you guys this. Let's hop back over to the game, hopping back and forth a lot, I know. When you're actually looking at the barters for mechanic here, the one that I did to do this was the pro kill barter, and you take 2 pro kills and it gives you this M4, and the beauty of it is it gives you the 260 millimeter barrel, which is selling for a fortune. And there is no reason to buy this barrel for this much. Don't do it. Because on top of that, there is a barter for that barrel specifically if you're going the other route. Right here. And it's 6 cigarettes. You know how cheap that is? That's less than 50,000 rubles, probably. I haven't looked at it in a while, but cigarettes are dirt cheap. And you can find these in raid. Do not buy this barrel. Get your components off of barters if you can. Always look for the barters. So follow the wiki, get this thing built, and turn it in and make the big dollars that you make from this task, because it's a really good task as far as money with the Bitcoin. Now, part 5 is actually pretty easy. It's a DVL, and it's one of the more simple ones to do because it's only like 3 or 4 parts you got to get. But it's got some little tweaky things to be able to turn it in. So first off, keep one of the 2 you get from rigged game if you have the stash space. I sold both of mine, but I got them really early. Be playing a lot more than most average people do. I sold mine for like 180,000, both of them, and then I bought one last night actually for 85,000 or 80,000, something like that, and did it. So I made a bunch of money doing that. You might not have that available to you, so keep the one you get from rigged game. One of the ones you get from rigged game. Now for the Night Force scope, those are really, 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 really expensive, but like I said, level up your traders and you don't have to worry about it, because right here you have a barter for the Night Force scope, and it's not too expensive versus spending the 160,000 right now on the Night Force. You also can get one as a task reward, so make sure you hang on to it if you get that before you do this task. That's what I did. I got one of these and just hung on to it, didn't sell it. That's what most of the people that are selling them from as a task reward. And then lastly, after you put this thing together and you get it all done, make sure you take out the mag, and if you buy the gun off the flea market especially, you have to take the round out of the chamber. Otherwise, it won't let you turn it in. So take the mag out, take the round out of the chamber, put it together, make sure you have the little NC Star Laser on there and the scope mount, and you have the 2000 sighting range or whatever it is, and then it'll let you turn it in. Well, that wraps up the video. I hope you guys liked it. If so, make sure you hit that like button. It helps out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. Also, if you haven't yet, subscribe so you see when new content shows up. I stream on Twitch most weeknights, so come by and say hi there if you want to. And we have a Discord full of chilled, laid-back people who love to help out and answer questions, as well as brag about some of our awesome loot. So the link for that's down in the description too, so you can join there if you want to. Lastly, as always, thank you guys for watching the video. Your support is amazing and helps out in more ways than you guys can imagine. So with that, we'll wrap it up, and we'll see you in Tarkov.